hereby confess to my part in the murder of 4 people. 1, done by myself alone. 3, done by myself and my brother while acting out the gruesome and perverted stories I had written. My most recent murder was that of my brother Michael. Yeah, thanks for that, Katurn. We never would have pinned that one on you. Blah, 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 stuff about how much you loved his brother. Well, you really showed it. My most recent killing prior to that was of a little mute girl about 3 days ago.
You're not doing your fucking exams.
Sorry.
Killed as we acted out the little Jesus. The little Jesus. Which one is that? I didn't see that one. Did you see that one?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Where do you leave a body? I drew a map. It's about 200 yards behind the house. There's a wishing well.
Ariel, if you're going to read a story about how a little kid dies in the end, just an idea, maybe skip to the end. Or maybe skip to the part about the crown of thorns. Or skip to the part about the cat of 9 tails. Or maybe skip to the part about carrying around a heavy wooden cross until her legs fucking buckled. I'll go tell forensics guys where they can find your body.
Why does there have to be people like you? You think we're not going to burn every one of your stories the minute we kill you?
I think you're going to keep my stories safe in my case file and not open them for 50 years like you said you would.
Why would we keep all of them?
Because I think deep down inside it, I think you're honorable men.
Deep down. Deep fucking down. Fuck it. I'm gonna kill you. Fuck it. Come over here. I said please.
What's going on?
I'm just about to get this battery.
Well, what took you?
We were talking.
About what?
Nothing.
You didn't tell him all your dad shit, did you, Ariel? Jesus.
No, Topolsky, I didn't tell him all of my dad shit. Would you like to give the prisoner any more information?
I'm tired of people around here using their shitty childhoods to justify their own shitty behavior. My father was a violent alcoholic. Am I a violent alcoholic? Yes, I am. But that's my own personal choice. I freely admit it.
Way overstepped the mark there, Topolsky.
I am going to read through the prisoner's confession to make sure there's nothing we left unaccounted for in this case. I'm doing my job. I'm not torturing some condemned fuckwit to satisfy my own sadist vengeance fantasies.
Way overstepped the mark.
Where's your father now, Ariel?
Don't say a word! Topolsky, do not say a word!
I'm not saying a word. I'm reading through the prisoner's confession, doing my job, like I said.
I'm going to speak to the commandant, and I'm going to inform him of your behavior throughout this investigation. It's been lacking in clarity and focus from the start. From the start! What is this whole peripheral vision thing? This whole peripheral vision from the bottom of the horizon? What was that all about?
Let's disconcert and destabilize the prisoner with asinine nonsense. It's all in the guidebooks, Harry.
And I shall ask the commandant to have me replace you as the #1 on this investigation. And the conclusion of this case will be tied up by me.
And what would be your first step in
first step would be to torture the prisoner with the aforementioned electricity. What now?
Yeah, see, my first step would be to ask the prisoner a number of questions concerning the little mute girl. My first question would be, is it true, Mr. Couturier? I'd ask it like that, all sort of formal like. Is it true, Mr. Couturier, that while acting out your story as a little Jesus, you and your brother placed a crown of thorns on the little girl's head?
Yes, it's true.
It is true. My second question would be, was this before or after you whipped the little girl with the cat o' nine tails?
After.
We know all this.
My third question would be, did you then make her walk around the room while carrying a heavy wooden cross upon which you would eventually crucify her?
Yes, we did that.
And did you then bury this girl?
Yes.
I said we know all this.
But see, in the story, the little girl is still alive when they buried her. Was the little girl alive or was she dead when you buried her?
What?
Was the little girl alive or was she dead when you buried her?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know if the little girl was alive or dead when you buried her? Ariel, on your way to see your friend, the commandant, maybe get a hold of the search team, tell them to hurry it up. It may be a live little girl they're going to dig up. Thanks, babe. See, it just occurred to me when I was talking to the forensics boys that all you said was that you acted out the story of the little Jesus. Now that may be okay for Ariel. Sorry, officer, I did it. See, Ariel's a policeman. He polices. Police dogs can police. Me, I'm a detective. Sometimes I like to detect.
I'm sure she's dead.
Not sure enough, though, eh? Why are you still kneeling down?
I don't know.
It just looks stupid.
Yes, it does. I wanna thank you for helping keep my story safe.
I don't need thanks. All I need to know is that because of my toiling away with my detective work,
Yeah, I know.
you could have made it a little more clear whether the little girl you butchered 3 days ago was alive or dead before you put her in the ground. You could have made that more clear, don't you think? And I could make it more clear that I'm going to get really angry in a few minutes. And that I'm going to burn every one of your fucking stories, no matter what sort of deal we made with you. Could I make that more clear?
Sapolsky, please.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to burn it. I keep my word. Person keeps his word. I keep my word.
I respect that, and I know you don't care if I respect that or not, but I do. I respect that.
Oh, I respect that you respect that. Aren't we all cozy now? It's a shame I gotta shoot you in the head in about 20 minutes. Some of your stories are very good. I did like some of them.
Which one?
There was something about the pillow man that stuck with me. Something gentle about it, even reassuring somehow.
So, what happens from here on in?
Well, we get word about the little mute girl. We put this hood on your head. We shoot you in the head.
Did you just do it out of the blue? You know, just out of the blue, or did, give me a minute to say a prayer or something?
First, I sing a little song about a pony. See, and then Ariel gets out his hedgehog, his execution hedgehog, See, and then you have either 13 or 27 seconds to live, depending on the size of the hedgehog. If I'm going to do it out of the blue, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to do it out of the blue, am I? I mean, Jesus, for a supposed genius writer slash psycho killer, you're a bit fucking thick. You got about 10 seconds from the time the hood goes on, so keep the Latin chants, to a minimum.
What the hell is the matter with you? Exactly! What the hell is the matter with you?
Have they found her?
Yes, they found her.
She's dead, right?
No.
She's alive?
They found her down by the little Wendy house, near the wishing well. She had plenty of food, water. There are prints available if we need them. They also found 3 pigs. And they had food. So he confesses to the murder of a little girl who wasn't actually murdered.
Why?
Why? You are asking me why?
Yes, I am.
Well, Topolsky, you're number 1 in this case. You fucking figure it out.
I'll have no more insubordination from you today.
Yes, you will.
Then you're on report to the Commandant as of now.
Can you tell us why the little girl is still alive?
No. No. I'm glad she's alive. I'm glad she's alive.
I believe you're glad she's alive. I believe you're gladder she's alive than he fucking is. I have another question to ask you, based on a little hunch I just had, because I'm having hunches now too. Maybe some of Topolsky's detective prowess is rubbing off on me. The little Jew boy whose 5 toes you cut off and let bleed to death. What color was his hair?
What?
What color was his hair?
Just brownie black sort of color. Brownie black sort of color.
Browny black sort of color. Not bad, considering he was a little Jew boy. It's a shame his mama's fucking Irish, and he closely resembled a red fucking setter. Do you want questions about the girl on the heath? No, because you didn't kill those children, did you?
No.
You never even saw those children, did you? Did you tell your brother to kill those kids?
I didn't know anything about this until today.
Your witness.
Very good work, Ariel.
Thank you, Topolsky.
See, for my own personal curiosity, why would you confess to killing 3 kids that you didn't kill?
You had me for killing Michael. I thought if I just tied it all together, confess, like, you wanted to, say my story, is it? At least I'd have that. At least I'd have that.
Well, that's a shame, then, isn't it?
What's a shame?
We'll see. Our saving your stories was based on you confessing truthfully to the whole of this sorry business. And evidently, from what you're telling us about not having killed those 3 kids. You didn't confess truthfully. And since you didn't confess truthfully, your story's fucking burned.
You can't be serious.
There's your hood. Put it on.
Ariel.
Ariel, did we not, as honorable men, say that we would keep Mr. Couturian's work safe, provided he confessed truthfully?
Yes, we did.
And did he not confess to killing a little Jew boy who he did not kill?
Yes, he did.
And did he not confess to killing another little girl with razor blades who he also did not kill?
Yes, he did.
And did he confess to killing some kid who isn't even fucking dead?
Yes, he did confess.
Then are we not, as honorable men, within our rights to burn all of his work? Ariel, please.
We are within our rights.
We are within our rights. And so all your stories fucking burn. Now, we got about, 80, 90 stories here? That's your whole life's work, man. And when you think about it, it doesn't really add up to much. What do you think? Should I add some lighter fluid? Or is that dangerous? See, I'm worried of singeing myself. Ariel, put your hood on. Ariel, please!
Listen, I know all this isn't your fault. I know you didn't kill your children, and I know you didn't want to kill your brother. And I'm sorry for you. I really am sorry for you, and I've never said that to anyone in custody before. But at the end of the day, I didn't like your stories in the first fucking place. You better put that hood on.
Why don't you kneel down there? I don't want you to splash me.
You can give me, at least 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
We'll give you 10 seconds.
Yeah, we'll give you 10 seconds. I was kidding. I was kidding.
All I ever wanted to be was a good writer. I was.
Was being the operative word. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
You said give me 10 seconds! That wasn't very nice.
Listen, I've had about enough whining out of you for one day. All right, I mean, what's the matter with you? And we cleared up the case, didn't we? One way or another, didn't we? Yeah. So, finish up the paperwork, get this fucking room cleaned up, and get those stories burned. I gotta go talk to that fucking mute kid's parents.
In the 7.5 seconds that he had before he died, Couturian tried to come up with a final story for his brother in lieu of a prayer. What he came up with was this. There was a happy, healthy little boy named Michael Couturian. And on the eve of the night that he was to be tortured for 7 consecutive consecutive years by his parents. He was visited by a man made up of big fluffy pillows and a big toothy smile. The man sat with Michael for a while, and he told him all about how horrific his life was going to be, and how it was to end, with his only beloved brother smothering out his life on a cold prison floor. The man suggested to Michael, wouldn't it be better if you just got it over with then and there, therefore avoided all that horror? Michael said,
But if I do away with myself, then my brother won't be able to hear me being tortured, will he?
nope, said the pillow man.
But if my brother isn't able to hear me being tortured, then he might not write the stories he's going to write, might he?
That's true, said the pillow man. So Michael thought it over for a while, and he said,
I think we should just leave things the way they are, with me being tortured and my brother being able to hear all that business, because I get the feeling I'm going to like my brother's stories. I think I'm going to like them a lot.
the story was going to finish in a fashionably downbeat ending. You know, with Michael going through all those years of torment, Tyrion writing all those stories, only to have him burned from the world by a bulldog of a policeman. It was going to finish that way, but of course, it was cut short by a bullet blowing out his brains 2.5 seconds too early. But maybe it's best that the story didn't end that way, because it wouldn't have been quite accurate. Because for reasons known only to himself, that bulldog of a policeman did not put his stories into the fire, but instead kept them safe in Tyrion's file, where they would be sealed away and remain unopened for 50 some odd years. And that particular fact would have ruined a fashionably downbeat ending, but was somehow